ArcGIS Image Server provides fast access and visualization of large quantities of imagery processed on the fly and on demand. This brief demonstration provides an example of how you can use ArcGIS Image Server to set up an image service and then view the image service using a client. We'll start the demonstration by authoring an image service in ArcMap. First, click on the Image Service Editor toolbar in ArcMap. The Image Service Editor wizard will walk you through all the steps required to create an image service. To define a new image service, choose where you want to save the output file. This file will be used to store all the properties of your new image service. Next, set the spatial reference system you want to provide the image in, which in this case is Germany, Zone 4, in the National Grid's coordinate system. ArcGIS Image Server supports several types of images, including color (RGB) images, panchromatic images, and elevation data. In this example, we'll choose to serve a color image. After choosing the image type, you will need to select the data to be used in the service. To do this, specify a data type. In this case, the imagery is georeferenced and is stored as a TIFF file. Once you've selected the type, you can select the individual rasters or a directory. Here, we will point to the imagery's directory. Once the images have been specified, you can elect to enhance the imagery displayed in your image service. Decide if you want to add more data, generate overviews, and compile the service for publishing. Here is how. Select Generate Overviews, which will optimize the service, as well as compile the service for publishing. In the Metadata panel, you can add important information about the image service you are creating. This will allow end users to identify which imagery is best for their needs. It's ideal to include information that is as specific as possible. The final dialog of the new Image Service wizard displays a summary of the specified parameters for the image service. If any changes are required, you can use the Back button to go to the corresponding dialog. Click Finish to start the service building process. This process includes the compiling or recompiling of the metadata from the raster datasets to update the image service definition parameters, service table, and boundary that are part of the image service definition. This information will later be used when the imagery is served to a client. You can see the progress of the various build options in the Image Service Editor Creating New Service window. After building the image service the first time, the boundary and preview layers are added to the image service group layer in the ArcMap table of contents. The preview layer allows you to view the raster datasets as a single mosaiced raster dataset. Now you can use some of the other editor tools to examine the service table, raster tables, or set some of the properties. The service table acts as a catalog of the raster datasets that make up the image service. You can look at each individual image file and see what their footprint is within the entire set. Notice how the images overlap. Select the Image Service Overview and you see that it covers the entire area. The information in this table is used to decide which imagery should be used when creating a mosaic at different pixel scales. Now that this image service has been compiled, you can use the Image Server Manager to add this image service to one of your service providers. The Image Server Manager is used by administrators to configure and manage the server, image service providers, and image services. You can view the list of service providers on the present host to see which one is currently running. You also have the option to stop it if you need to. To make your new service accessible to clients, simply add it to this service provider. Now you will view the new image service in a client application. Choose from a variety of supported clients to view the imagery. In this case, select the ArcGIS Image Server client to load the new image service and treat it as any other layer in this ArcGIS Desktop session. Note that instead of looking at 18 separate images, the image service is represented as one layer. Treat it as a single image and explore it just like you would any raster data set. By exploring this image, you will notice that each new view or frame is actually the result of a new request to ArcGIS Image Server, depending on your set preferences. In this demonstration, you have seen how to author, serve, and use your imagery with ArcGIS Image Server. In particular, you have seen how to use the ArcGIS Image Service Editor toolbar to create and publish an image service, how to use the ArcGIS Image Server Manager to add that service to a service provider, and finally, how to load this new service into the ArcGIS Image Server client for use in ArcMap. For more information on ArcGIS Image Server, go to www.esri.com/imageserver.